Most altcoins won't survive the next bull run. Some will explode. And one of them already controls more real economic activity than Ethereum and Solana combined. Yet almost no one talks about it.
Alright, in the world of crypto, we're all constantly looking for that next big thing, right? The next 100x gem. But what if the biggest winner of the next cycle isn't some brand new hyped up project? What if it's a quiet giant that's been building a massive economic machine right under our noses? Today, we're asking a serious question. Is BNB actually the strongest altcoin for 2026? I mean, really think about it for a second. The market is just flooded with noise, meme coins, short-term narratives. It's so easy to get distracted. But the real, lasting value? That's often built far away from the spotlight. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into today. You've basically got two different worlds. On one side, you have structure and utility, a token that actually powers a huge functioning ecosystem. And on the other side, well, you've got the chaos, the high-energy world of pure hype. This is the battle we're looking at, raw economic power versus what's just trending on Twitter. Okay, let's get into it. To really get a grip on BNB's potential, you have to look past the day-to-day price charts and see what's happening behind the scenes in its ecosystem, the BNB chain. And trust me, the numbers here are, well, they're kind of staggering. Just take a look at this number, $108 billion. What do you think that represents? It's not the market cap. Nope. It's something way, way more impressive. That was BNB Chain's peak weekly trading volume on its decentralized exchanges in a single week. Now, what's so wild about this slide is the context. This wasn't just a big number floating in space. It absolutely dwarfed its main competitors, Solana and Ethereum. We're talking about pure, raw economic activity happening on-chain. So how in the world did it get there? Well, it wasn't a fluke. It's this multi-part strategy that's created a kind of flywheel effect. First, you've got the insane DEX activity, led by a powerhouse you've probably heard of, PancakeSwap. But it's more than that. They've been making a really smart push into some of the hottest new areas, like tokenized real-world assets and AI. And here's the funny part. It even managed to grab a huge piece of the meme coin trading pie. So, we can see this engine is powerful. But how does BNB Chain really stack up against the other giants? Let's put it head-to-head with its biggest rivals in the Layer 1 space. First up, the OG, Ethereum. And this really shows you they're playing two completely different games. While BNB Chain is the king of raw activity and trading volume, Ethereum is without a doubt the leader in total value locked, or TVL. That's all the money locked up in its DeFi apps. Plus, it has the biggest army of developers and pulls in the most institutional cash. They're both leaders, just in different arenas. Now let's talk about Solana. Solana is the darling of the retail crowd, right? It's famous for its lightning-fast speed and huge number of daily users. And yet, even with all that, BNB still managed to pull ahead in that critical metric of DEX volume. You see, BNB's real strength is its diverse, jack-of-all-trades ecosystem. Okay, so based on the data, the case for BNB looks incredibly strong. A powerful economic engine, crushing it in key areas. But, and this is a huge but, there's an elephant in the room, a massive risk that a lot of investors either don't see or maybe they just choose to ignore. And this weakness isn't some technical bug or a competitor that's catching up. No, it's something way more fundamental to how it's all built, and honestly, it poses a pretty significant threat to its existence. This right here is the heart of the problem. This headline wasn't some minor news story. This was a massive event that sent shockwaves through the entire industry, and it points directly to the one core issue that BNB just can't seem to escape. So what it all boils down to is this: centralization risk. For all of its so-called decentralized activity, the fate of the BNB token and the BNB chain is completely tied to one single company, the Binance exchange. The very company that created it. And as we just saw, that company is under a massive microscope from regulators. This is the fundamental conflict every single BNB investor has to wrestle with. And that brings us to the final, critical question as we start looking ahead to the 2026 bull run. We've got two incredibly powerful but opposing forces at play here. So let's just lay it all out one last time. The bull case? It's clear, and it's backed by data, a massive ecosystem that people are actually using, record-breaking activity, and smart moves into future-focused tech. The bear case is just as clear, but it's one single powerful argument. its entire destiny is tied to a centralized company that is constantly in the crosshairs of global regulators. And that's really the question I want to leave you with. If the market is finally maturing, if the next bull run is going to reward real-world use and actual economic activity, more than just empty hype, is BNB's undeniable utility, its powerful engine, strong enough to power through its single greatest vulnerability? That right there is the billion-dollar, heck, maybe even trillion-dollar question for 2026. The next cycle is going to be defined by the people who do their homework now before things get crazy. If you want more deep, data-driven crypto breakdowns just like this one to get you ready, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in.